A very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to see chapter number 5 of General Science, that is Inside the Atom. Now let us see some question answer, children. What is meant by matter? So matter is made up of very small particles. Second question, what is an atom? So atom is the smallest particle of an element which retains its chemical identity in all physical and chemical changes. Means atom is the small particle of the element and which shows the chemical identity even if there is any chemical change or any physical change. Now third question, what is the smallest unit of matter? So an atom is the smallest unit of matter. Children, last year we have studied that matter is made up of molecules and these all molecules are formed from atoms. So effectively an atom is the smallest unit of matter. An atom is the smallest particle of an element which retains its chemical identity in all the physical and chemical changes. So this table 5.1 shows names and formula for some substances. Now we have to complete this table by putting tick mark in the appropriate box to indicate the information of the smallest particle and the type of matter. Now this chart shows the type of substances. So according to formula, we have to see whether it is an atom, it is a molecule, and if that is an atom, then that is a single type or different types, or afterwards we have to see type of matter, whether it is an element or compound. So water has a formula H2O. So obviously it is a molecule because it is formed by combination of two hydrogens and one oxygen atom. Now here there are different types of atoms in the molecule, that is hydrogen and oxygen. These different types are there. So obviously it is a compound. Okay, so in compound we can tick. Now second substance oxygen, that is formula O2. It is a molecule because there are two atoms. Then here there is single type of atoms in the molecule and obviously it is a element because type of matter is element because there are two oxygen atoms. Now helium formula is He. So it is an atom. Then single type of atoms are there in the molecule and it is an element again. Then formula of hydrogen H2. It is a molecule. Okay. Because there are two hydrogen atoms. Okay. Then it is single type of atoms are there and due to that it is an element. The next is ammonia. Formula of ammonia is NH3. It is a molecule. Okay. And there are different types of atoms in the molecule. And due to that, it is a compound. Now methane. Formula of methane is CH4. So it is a molecule. Then different types of atoms in the molecule are given. That is different types are one carbon and four hydrogen. Okay. So due to that, it is a compound. Now next is argon. Formula of argon is Ar. So it is an atom. Single type of atoms are in the molecule and it is an element. Now neon, formula of neon is Ne. It is an atom. Then single type of atoms are there in the molecule and type of matter is obviously element. Chlorine, formula of chlorine is Cl2. So it is a molecule and here it shows element, that is a type of matter is element because there are two chlorine atoms are there. Okay. So this is all about these types of substances. Now children, we have learned in the earlier standard that the smallest particle of most of the substances are molecules. Okay. And these molecules of few substances contain only one atom. These molecules are formed by chemical combination of atoms. So from that we can understand that smallest particle of an element that is taking part in chemical combination, that is an atom. Now this concept of atom is more than 2500 years old. So however, it was forgotten in the course of time, because there are many research were there, and due to that this concept forgotten for the course of time. Okay. Now in the modern times, scientists on the basis of experience or experiment explain the nature of atom as well as the internal structure of atom. So let us see first of all, children, first scientist theory, that is Dalton's atomic theory. Now, do you know, children, Indian philosopher Kanath in the 6th century BC stated that there is a limit to divide matter into small particles. So, the indivisible particles that constitute matter were named by Kanath as a Parmanu. And meaning of this Parmanu means smallest particle. So, this Parmanu is indestructible, means we cannot destroy this Parmanu, okay, or we cannot destroy this atom. Now afterwards, Greek philosopher Democritus in the 5th century BC stated that matter is made up of small particles and these cannot be divided. So the smallest particle of matter was named by Democritus scientist, that is atom. So in Greek language, atoms means the one which we cannot be cut, or the one which we cannot divide it, that is called as atom. Now let us see, children, Dalton's atomic theory. British scientist John Dalton put forth this theory in the year 1803 AD, and he celebrated this theory as an atomic theory. So according to this theory, matter is made up of atoms and these atoms are indivisible. Means we cannot divide this atom, and these are indestructible. Means we cannot destroy these atoms. So all atoms of an element are alike. Means these atoms of an element are similar to each other. While different elements have different atom with different mass. This different element contains different atom and they are also having different mass. Now children, let us see this Dalton's atomic theory in detail with the help of example. According to Dalton's atomic theory, we have seen, children, these atoms of element have different mass. Means the atoms which has different elements, they are having different mass. Okay. So here we are going to take one example of water molecule. Okay. So this water molecule is formed by 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So when one oxygen atom reacts with 2 hydrogen atoms, then this oxygen atom has mass unit, that is 16 mass unit, one oxygen atom. Okay. And here there are 2 hydrogen atoms. So this hydrogen atom has 1 mass unit for 1 hydrogen atom, and due to 2 atoms are there of hydrogen, so its mass unit will be 2 mass unit. And when it will form water molecule, then that water molecule will get mass unit as a 18 mass unit. Now all the elements are composed of atoms, that is indivisible particles, according to this Dalton atomic theory. Okay. So the atoms of the same element are identical. In particular, they have same mass. If the atoms have same element, then obviously these atoms will contain same mass unit. Okay. The atoms of one kind of element are different from the atoms of all other elements. In particular, the atoms of one element have a different mass than those of the other element. So these atoms are indestructible, means we cannot destroy these atoms, and they are having this identity in chemical reactions also. Okay. So these compounds are formed by joining atoms in specific whole number ratios. Okay. So when we have to form compound, then these compounds can be formed by specific ratio. Suppose water molecule example is there. So the water molecule will form with 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Means they are forming specific number ratios. Okay. Let us see, children, again this water molecule example. So when one hydrogen combines with another hydrogen, which are identical. These elements are identical. Hydrogen is identical, which contains two atoms which are similar. Okay, identical atoms are there, and it combines with oxygen. This hydrogen element combines with oxygen in the some proper ratio. Okay, and then there is a formation of water molecule, that is H2O, which is having different mass unit. Okay, this oxygen has different mass unit and this hydrogen has different mass unit. Hydrogen has two mass unit, whereas this oxygen has 16 mass unit, and when they are forming water molecule, obviously the mass unit of this water molecule will be 18 mass unit. Now let's see one activity, children. You have to take one solid ball and one bundi laddu, and both you have to press with the help of your palms. Okay, then what did you find? So obviously this solid ball does not break, but this bundi laddu break into small pieces when you are pressing with your hand. Now afterwards, cut this solid ball with a sharp knife. What did you find? So when you are cutting this solid ball with the help of knife, then you can see, children, inside this solid ball there is a presence of empty space. Now this bundi laddu is found to have an internal structure. Okay, it is formed by sticking smaller particles, the bundis, to each other. Means all these bundis are sticking to each other, and then only they are forming this internal structure. However, this solid ball does not have any internal structure. Okay, the atom as described by Dalton, which is also having hard solid sphere and with not having any internal structure. So due to that, in the picture also you can see, children, there is only hard solid sphere is looking in the Dalton's atomic theory. So according to Dalton's atomic theory, the mass is distributed uniformly in an atom. Uniformly means that is same to hold the atom. Okay, so this mass is distributed uniformly in an atom. Now, the scientist J.J. Thomson demonstrated experimentally that negatively charged particles inside an atom have a mass 1800 times less than that of a hydrogen atom. So, this J.J. Thomson scientist demonstrated that there is a presence of negatively charged particles inside the atom, and these negatively charged particles have mass 1800 times less than the hydrogen atom. So later these particles were named as electrons. Okay. Common substances are usually electrically neutral. Means whichever common substances are there, that is electrically neutral, means they are not containing any charge, whether positive or negative. But these negatively charged particles are called as electrons. Obviously, the molecules of substances and the atom which combine chemically to form molecules are electrically neutral. So how is an atom electrically neutral in spite of having negatively charged electrons in it? So how this atom is electrically neutral? Okay. So Thomson overcome this difficulty by putting forth the plum-pudding model of atomic structure. So this Thomson scientist discovered this plum-pudding model for this atomic structure. So let us study that plum-pudding model. So Thomson's plum-pudding model of an atom. So the plum-pudding model of atom put forth by Thomson in the year 1904 is the first model of atomic structure. So the first model of atomic structure discovered by the scientist Thomson. According to this model, the positive charge is distributed throughout the atom and the negatively charged electrons are embedded in it. So when you will look this model, children, you will understand there is a formation of positive charge that is distributed throughout the atom. Okay, and the negatively charged electrons are embedded in it. Okay, so the distributed positive charge is balanced by negative charge on electrons. So how much positive charge are there? That much negative charge will be there in this Thomson's model. Okay, and due to that it is balanced by number of positive charge will be balanced by number of negative charge electrons. So therefore this atom becomes electrically neutral because both the number of positive charge and number of negative charge, that is electrons and protons, in the Thomson's model both are equal, and due to that this atom becomes electrically neutral. Now let us see, children, use your brain power. How will you think about atomic mass distribution according to Thomson's model? Whether this distribution is uniform or non-uniform as per Dalton's atomic theory. So, in Thomson's model, the distribution of atomic mass is uniform. But this Dalton's atomic theory is not telling about this atomic mass distribution. Means why there is a distribution of these atoms or atomic mass is uniform or non-uniform. That not told by this Dalton's atomic theory. Now let us see, children, what is meant by this plum pudding model. Okay, means what is the meaning of this plum pudding? So plum pudding or plum cake is sweet dish that is prepared during Christmas. In olden times, this dish was made in Western countries by adding piece of dry fruits called plum. But nowadays, in this plum pudding or in plum cake, we can add raisins or dates also. Now let us see, children, some question answers. If the striker flicked by you missed the coin that you aimed at, where would the striker go? The striker will continue to move practically with the same velocity till it strikes some other coin or the edge of the board or enter the pocket. Now second question, if the striker hits the coin, in which direction would it go? Straight forward, to a side, or in the reverse direction? So the striker may go straight forward or it may be deflected depending upon the exact direction of the motion of the striker. Now let us see, children, Rutherford's nuclear model of atom. Rutherford studied the inside of atom by his celebrated scattering experiment and put forth the nuclear model of atom in the year 1911. Rutherford took a very thin gold foil, which thickness was having 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter, and bombarded it with positively charged alpha particles emitted by a radioactive element. So Rutherford has taken a very thin gold foil, children, that you can see in the picture, that having thickness 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter, and he bombarded, means he has done attack of on this thin foil positively charged alpha particles, which particles, these particles, alpha particles, emitted or they came from the radioactive element. Okay, now he observed this path of alpha particle by means of fluorescent screen around the gold foil. Okay, so afterwards he has taken one fluorescent screen and he put this fluorescent screen near to this thin gold foil. Okay, and he observed on with the help of this fluorescent screen the direction of alpha particles. So it was expected that the alpha particles would get deflected from the gold foil if the positively charged mass were evenly distributed inside the atom. Means it was expected that, children, this alpha particle should go or it will reflect towards the gold foil and it will emit positively charged mass inside the atom evenly. Means it will show the mass of this positively charged particle same for full atom. Unexpectedly, most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil and a small number of alpha particles get reflected from the original path through a small angle, and still a smaller number of alpha particles get deflected through a large angle, and surprisingly one alpha particle out of 20,000 bounced back in the direction opposite to the original path. So when he has taken this gold foil and near to that fluorescent screen was there, so most of the alpha particles went straight, but some of the alpha particles deflected from that original path through a small angle. And then a very small alpha particles went through a deflected, or they deflected through a larger angle, and they had bounced back near about 20,000 times in the direction opposite to the original path. Now, the large number of alpha particles that went straight through the foil indicates that there was no obstacle in their path. So those particles, those alpha particles went straight. So it indicates that there was no obstacle or there was no hindrance in their path. Okay. So it means that there must be mainly an empty space inside the atoms in the solid gold foil. Means there will be some empty space, and due to that, from that empty space, these alpha particles went straight. The small number of alpha particles that get deflected through a small or through a big angle must have faced an obstacle in their path. Means those particles who went or they deflected through small angle or either big angle, they get something obstacle or something hindrance in their path. It means that the positively charged and heavy part causing obstruction would be in the center of the atom. So you can say that, children, there is a positively charged or heavy part causing this obstruction will be in the center of the atom. So from this, Rutherford put forth a nuclear model for atom as follows. So there is a positively charged nucleus at the center of the atom. Almost the entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. Okay, and that nucleus contains positive charge. Negatively charged particles called as electrons, and they are revolving around the nucleus. You can see this in the picture also, children. There are negatively charged particles, that is electrons, and they are revolving around the nucleus, and that nucleus has positive charge. The total negative charge on all the electron is equal to the total positive charge on the nucleus. Means on this nucleus, number of positive charge and number of negative charge electrons are same. As the opposite charge is balanced by this atom, and due to that this atom becomes electrically neutral. Now in this atom there is an empty space between the revolving electron and the atomic nucleus. Means in between nucleus and electron there is a presence of empty space in this atom. Thank you, children, for watching the video and for your attention.